What is up, you beautiful people, and welcome back to the train wreck. So today I took the metal frame off the dash. We're going to cut it here, 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 and here, just so it's a little bit lighter. I just need the structural for the actual dash because I am keeping the stock dash in there. I got all the metal for the bash bars up front, so we're going to go ahead and cut them. Build the mounts for the actual fuel tank in the back because it's just been kind of just hanging there, but gonna actually fix that for real. Yeah, I got some metal yesterday, so hopefully we can build something out of this stuff. Let's jump into it. All right, so the way I'm doing this up here is I'm gonna go 16 inches. I'm gonna put a plate onto here, and I'm gonna go 16 inches out. So that would be right here, and then a 16-inch plate over here. And what that's going to do is that's going to bring me to right here. So I'll have plenty of room in between here and the front. And then I'll have the bash bar that built off of that. So, okay, I got 16 inches left and then 16 inches right. I think what I'm going to do is actually double stack it. So I'll have this piece on the bottom, and then another piece that sits right here just for a little bit more rigidity, and then stitch them together, weld stitch them together, and hopefully have a little bit more strength. So this is actually an extra plate from the Airdogs kit that they sent me. So thanks again, Airdogs. It's already got 2 holes over here, so I just got to drill 2 more here, and then 4 more. And then I have a whole plate. I can just weld that, grind it down, and we're good. I can just mount that. All right, so I got this set up. I got to bring the generator out to weld because I don't have the power set up for the new welder. Gonna weld this, just kind of stitch weld it for right now. I also got to change because I'm in shorts, and hey, dudes, it's probably not a good idea to weld in. I mean, I could, but I would get a nice little tan right there. Got all my welds done. I'm not sure if you could hear in that last clip, so I shut off the generator. But got all my welds done. They don't look the best, so don't judge them. They, man, I haven't welded, I don't even know how long. But they look pretty decent. They're not my best, but I haven't welded again in I don't even know how long. But both pieces are done. I gotta grind this plate off, and what that's gonna do is go to right there, of course right in the middle, and then that's what will go on the car. Don't worry, I closed my eyes. I'm thinking this is the thumbnail. Woo-hoo! Heck yeah! All right. Well, this is a good sign because this is what I'm going to build the bash bar off of. All right, so this is day 2 of this build. doing everything on the bash bar. Got everything built up here. This is actually not done yet, but it will look like this once it's done. So everything tacked in place. You know, this has still got to be welded. That's completely welded in because I wanted to make sure that it could hold my weight before I tested it. This side still got to be welded in. Again, don't mind the welding. I haven't welded in probably about 2 years. But I got the end caps on both sides. This is actually for holding the heat exchanger for the air-to-water intercooler. The air-to-water intercooler, I'm thinking, is going to sit somewhere right here. Somewhere. I put these brackets here because I thought I was going to put the heat exchanger here, but it put it up so it's like this high, and I'm not sure how it's going to fit with the hood and the bumper, so I decided to put it here and put it back at an angle. I think that's going to work out a lot better because there's still plenty of room, and then I can still mount right here my bash bar brackets, or even on the side. I'll have to figure that out. You know, that's still future coming. I'm gonna have to pull this motor back out as much as I don't want to. I really want to rebuild those motor mounts. I said that last episode. I really don't like how I did those, and I think I'm gonna rebuild them. I still got to figure out and draw it out how I want it, but time will come for that eventually. I want to make sure everything else is working first, and still got to get the transmission in. Still waiting on that. That has not came in yet. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the heat exchanger on here and then get the piping for the intercooler on here, and I'll show you how I want to do from the exit to the actual intake. Okay, so these are already threaded and where they're supposed to be. Again, I got to add this one, another one up to here, but that's simple enough to do. It still should mount up just fine. I already have the bolts where I want them. All right, so that's not going anywhere. Okay. So I'm thinking sitting at an angle like this is going to work out a lot better because once I get the bumper on there, having the bumper, I'm pretty sure sits here. So it gives me a little bit more room to clear this. Instead of it sitting way up here, it's going to be sitting way down here. This is all you're going to see. Most likely, I'll get a stencil and put Hewett Industries on here just for the looks, or you know, if one of my other sponsors want their name up there, you know, we'll go there. But I think this sits here, so that'll be perfect to clear that. And then let me grab the intercooler and the piping. Now, mind you, this intercooler is probably like 20 pounds. This thing is heavy. So that's going to sit there. I'm going to have this just as a temporary bracket right there. All right, I'm pretty sure it's going to sit like that. And then I'm also going to take the piping from the donor truck. I'm going to cut into pieces. So I'm going to have to get a 3.5 by 3, because this is 3.5 outlet and inlet. This is a 3-inch inlet. So I'm going to have to reduce it down. Silicone intakes sell a reducer to go from 3.5 inch to 3 inch. So I think what I'll do is go something like this. Keep as much metal in there. Cannot talk today. Cannot talk. Keep as much metal tubing in there as I can. Take a 90 down and maybe take this 90 out that's right here. Cut it, aim it back this way. You reuse this and make another bushing here, and then this straight piece, or, you know, I'll figure it out. I still got, you know, more time to figure this out, because it's not like I have any races coming up. But I definitely want to get this thing done as quick as I can. That is a dream of mine, is to get this thing running and driving, you know, and eventually drifting. That, I think that's going to be super fun to do. But yeah, this is mounted where I want it. It might change how I mount it, but with the way everything's running right now, everything is kind of at a good spot. Yeah, maybe if I leave it right there, maybe it will stay, so I can show you. So this is kind of how everything's set up. So you got the stock piping, it comes down, goes around, goes into a 3" by 3.5" 90. It will come up, cool through here. I have the cooling, actually I need to flip this, this is wrong. The threads need to be on this side. All right, I think that's gonna work a little bit better, because I have my inlet and outlet here, and I have my inlet and outlet here. So both of those will go back into the cab. I'll have lines running to a pump and then to the ice box. Box is still up here with all the rest of the kind of junk. I also have a fan for the heat exchanger, so that will be going on the front as well, which again, there's still plenty of room, because that can just mount right back there, and there's, I mean, more than a fist worth. But yeah, I'll have my and fittings coming out of both of these, going to the back. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put it like right in here, because it's not hazardous, it's just water. So I might run it back here. I got to make sure with Formula Drift rules. But if anything, I can just put a plate right here, and this can all be flat. I don't have to worry about the seats dipping down. Oh yeah, don't mind the glass, because you guys, I think you guys saw in the last episode, or the one before that, I broke the glass. Yeah. Let me know if you guys know how to remove this glass, because I want to keep that one so bad. But yeah, maybe I'll put like a block off plate here. Maybe cut this down. I don't know what's underneath it. But make just a plate that sits right there, and have my ice box in here so it's easy to get to. Just open up the door where there's no door, and then put ice in there, dry ice in there, whatever. And come through the firewall. And yeah, doesn't this look fun? All this wiring mess? I don't think any of this works yet. Nope. The batteries could be dead, because I only have one hooked up. One hooked up. Oh, ground was an issue. Oh yeah. So if you guys, this is actually on. Okay, so this is on. That means this is getting power, if you can see it. So 1, spick 'em, turn that off. 2 is Airdogs. 3 is nothing yet. You can see I got 1 and 2 hooked up. So that's 1, 2, and then this will be starter. Which, of course, I don't have that hooked to power yet. I can hook it power so I can show you guys. Okay, so I got it hooked to power. I don't think it's going to do anything. Of course, it's not going to start because I literally don't have a fuel tank right now. But I still think it's cool to... I lied. I just blew a fuse in something. Well, back to the drawing board. I had to figure it out. We'll continue on later. Oh, there we go. I don't know what I did. I'll figure it out later. It's clearly not happy about something. Alright, so I got the frame back in for the dash. Make mounting this stuff, quite a bit easier because I can just go, boom like that, boom like that, something like that, and then I'll get the plastics back in here in a minute. Alright, I've had so many people ask me why I'm leaving the stock dash in here, but it just looks so clean, and then you got like the Mustang emblem right there, and I don't know, I just really like the way this dash is set up. I know JTP has his in there, and it won't be exactly like his, but, I'll have it set up how I like it. But, it just looks so much cleaner with an actual dash in here, not just a plastic and metal and hanging out everywhere. Like, this will be a metal plate, and I'll probably have like an iPad in there so I can have some music. So if I ever, you know, do race week or something like that, I can actually have music in here. Who knows if I should be able to hear it over the sound of the motor, but, you know, we'll get there when we get there. All right, so you might be wondering why I have cardboard in my dash. So what this is actually cardboard aided design, you know, CAD. And it kind of makes it a little bit easier for you to take this out. So I can take this out now. I had to glue on a different piece because I messed up that cut. But I'll take this, put it on some sheet metal, cut it out with the jigsaw or the nibbler or whatever tool is called, and have that. And then all my switches will go onto here. I'll be able to put this right in there. And then, boom, I have all my switches in the middle of my dash. And then I'll do the same thing here, so I can have, you know, light switches or whatever I want to put here. Maybe, you know, windows and that kind of thing. Because I'm not sure if I want to have windows in the car. I might not. I haven't decided that yet. But anyways, guys, that is it for this week. Come back next week. I should have the dash completely done. I should have, you know, a couple more things. The wiring kind of set forward. You know, maybe a little bit more built on the bash bars, the headlight mounts, the tail light mounts, the rear. It wouldn't be a bash bar, just the rear. Well, I guess no, I have to have a bash bar. So yeah, I'll have to have the main support like that and then bash bar built off of it. I'll figure that out, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.